What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I got some things to show you that I've sold on eBay over the past month. These are all things that I found at garage sales, thrift stores, places like that. This is the kind of stuff I sell every day, and I make consistent money doing it. I know people like these sales videos where they can see exactly what I sold something for. So if you do, make sure to hit that like button for me. Also, a disclaimer real quick. Happens every video. People ask me why I still have these items if I've actually sold them. People just can't seem to figure it out. I have those items because I haven't shipped them yet, and I record a video right before I ship them out. So if you are confused, that is why. But let's jump into it. Here's a great sale. I got this New Bright CXT truck. Got this at a Goodwill for $7. Was able to sell it for $450 plus shipping. Took about 8 months to sell. It's big. It's going to be very painful to ship, that's for sure. Buyer paid over $70 shipping to get this. Got the remote and battery pack and everything, so just a great find all around. Here's a nice hat flip. I got this 3-stripe Buster Brown vintage UPS hat. Got this with a bunch of other hats. It's been listed just under a year. Finally sold. I did price it high when I first put it on there because it was very rare and unique. $150 what I priced it at. Lowered the price, ended up selling it for $100, so still some great profit coming in. I don't remember what I paid for all the hats. I paid up a little bit for them, but I believe this is all profit because I've already sold enough of the other hats to be in the black. Here is a great flip. I had a garage sale. I got a bunch of My Little Pony Build-A-Bears. Paid $25 for close to 20 of them. I was just hoping there was some rare ones in there, and there was. I've already sold one where I pretty much tripled my money. And I sold this one. I guess you would call it the grail of the My Little Pony Build-A-Bear stuff. Sold it for $200 plus shipping, and it took about 2 months to sell. This is the Derpy Muffins Bubbles plush. So definitely one to keep an eye out for. Most of these, aren't worth a whole lot of money. Here's a vintage K Products John Deere canvas chore jacket. Got this for $5 at a garage sale. Was able to sell it for $40 plus shipping. Believe it took about 7 or 8 months to sell. Here's a vintage Chicago Bulls duffel bag in good condition. This was a local buy, paid $15 for it. Was able to sell it for $50 plus shipping, and it took about 6 months to sell. Here's a Scooby-Doo Build-A-Bear plush. Got this at a garage sale for $3. Sold it for $40 plus shipping, and it took about a week to sell is all. There's a talking version and a non-talking version. Obviously the talking one is more money, and this is the talking one. Here's a really awesome sale, this vintage Mall Madness game. This is from 1989. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. When you buy stuff like this, you're always hoping it's complete. Turns out it looks like it's never been played. Many of the pieces were not punched out. The sticker sheet was intact. So I priced mine $175 plus shipping, and it sold in about 3 days. Just a really cool find, and only paying $1 is great. Here's a great flip. I sold this Nintendo New Galaxy style 3DS XL. Got this at a flea market for $50. Came with the games, nothing special in the game department, but was able to sell it all for $280 plus shipping, so made some great profit on it. Took about 2 weeks to sell. So 3 years ago at Goodwill, I picked up 5 of these Kohler toilet seats. You see, I paid $20 for them. They go to a very high-end toilet, and I sold a couple for around $200, maybe $250. I don't even remember. And then the sales have just stopped. I think I sold one maybe about a year ago for about $175, but I had 3 left. I lowered the price to $130 plus shipping. Another one has sold. Got 2 left. I will probably sell one more at $130 eventually, and then the last one I'll raise the price back up to around $200 and $250, but definitely worth buying. Probably close to $800 or $900 profit in the end I made on these. And yes, I'll be taking the price sticker off. People always ask. Sold this Logitech racing reel. Got this at a church rummage sale for $10. Sold it for $50 plus shipping. Took about a week to sell is all. Glad I didn't have to store this very long because it's quite big. Here's this Black Max fishing reel. Got this at a garage sale for $10. Looks like it's never been used. Sold it for $30, and it only took about a week to sell. Here's a couple New Balance shoe sales. Sold this new in-box pair for $60 plus shipping. Paid $20 for it at a garage sale. Took about a month and a half to sell. And I sold these right here for $25, and I paid $5 for these at Goodwill. And these took about 4 months to sell. Here's a couple sales. sales, I sold this puppet. Got a couple of these puppets at a rummage sale. It's been about a year and a half ago. I sold one within like 2 days for 60 bucks. This one took a long time to sell. Sold it for $30 plus shipping. Still made some great profit on it though. Also sold this puzzle, which I don't even remember where I got, but it's been listed for a long time. I was going to sell it on Amazon. It became restricted. So I just ended up selling it on eBay for $10 plus shipping. I assume I got this at a garage sale or rummage sale, or maybe even Goodwill for $2 or $3. I'm not sure. Here's a sealed 40th anniversary Yahtzee collector's edition. Got this at a garage sale for $10. Sold it for $45 plus shipping. Took right around 2 months to sell. Somebody bought 4 boxes of these telescoping forks. You see I got these at Walmart for only 10 cents a piece. I sold some not long ago, but the first batch took about 3 years to sell. I think it just got to the point where people finally sold out theirs. Mine's finally ready to go. I don't know. But ended up getting $40 for all of them. So that's pretty good profit considering I paid 40 cents for them. Sold this Ojo or Ogio bag. Heard it pronounced both ways. I'm not sure which one is correct. Got this at a garage sale for only $5 and sold it for $60 plus shipping. It sold within 4 hours of me listing it. Buyer ended up paying $40 shipping on top of that. So a nice fast flip there. This is how I ship these golf bags. They don't really require any bubble wrap. They're pretty sturdy just to put in a box. I have one of these taller boxes, which my bubble mailers that I buy come in. It is not quite tall enough to hold it. So what I do is I just pull the flaps up, tape those, and then I take one of these boxes I get from Walmart and make a cap. We're going to tape around that. Of course, this is shipping UPS because they do a bit better with the larger items. You just don't want to get a surcharge, so everything has to be measured and weighed properly, but still, it still happens. Still worth it for the profit I'm making, even if they do charge me extra on shipping. Picked up this vintage GE Accent Line radio, clock radio. Got this at a garage sale for $1. Sold it for $30 plus shipping. It took about a year to sell. Here's this Boss dual foot switch pedal. Got this at a garage sale, brand new, paid $25 for it. Ended up selling it for $60 plus shipping, and it took right around a month to sell. Got these Derrick Rose Adidas shoes. Got these at a rummage sale for $1 or $2. Ended up selling them for $20 plus shipping. I think they took about 4-5 months to sell. Here's a bag of Lego Hero Factory figures. 5 of them, not complete, but a good amount of pieces. Paid $5 for them at Goodwill. Was able to sell them for $25 plus shipping, and they only took about 3 days to sell. Here's this Lionel Train Collectors Century Club. I'm not going to take it out of the box because it's packed in there very well. But it's a train. Got this locally for $40. Was able to sell it for $100 plus shipping. It took about 4 months to sell. Made some good profit in the end. Here's a Tommy Hilfiger Beverly Hills hat. Got this at a garage sale, I believe, for like 50 cents. Been listed for over a year, I believe. Finally sold for $18. Here's this Grapevine Scentsy warmer. I got this at Goodwill for $4. Was able to sell it for $25 plus shipping. Took less than 2 months, right around 2 months to sell. Here is a lid for a food processor, Hamilton Beach. Got the whole set for $6 at a rummage sale. Decided to part it out because it was a bit more money. Sold the lid for $15 plus shipping, so I've made my money back and made a little, and still got a bunch of pieces to sell. Here's a nice boot flip. Got these Circle G's at a Goodwill for only $5. They're in amazing condition. Sold them for $45 plus shipping. It took about a week to sell is all. Picked up this Snowflake Paper Punch at a Goodwill for $5. Was able to sell it for $30. Took about 6 months to sell. Here's a pair of Skechers work boots, brand new. Found these at Goodwill for $15. I remember being pretty excited, just bought them right away. However, not worth a whole lot, honestly. Less than I would have thought. Ended up selling them for $35 plus shipping. Took about 2 months to sell these. So still made some profit, just wasn't as great as I was hoping. Here's a Craftsman charger and 2 batteries. These are vintage. Ended up buying the drill and the case and the whole set here. It's one of those things where it's just more money. It sells faster, parting it out. Most people are not buying the drill. They just want the batteries and the charger for the drill they already have. So I priced these $40 plus shipping, and they sold in about 2 weeks, so not bad at all. Here's a book sale, A Storm of Swords. This came from a book lot I got. I've already made a lot of money on that book lot. Sold this one for $20 plus shipping, and it took about 2.5 months to sell. Here's a pair of Keen sandals. Got these at a rummage sale for a few dollars. Not sure how much at this point. I think they've been listed for close to a year. Honestly, I thought they sold, I guess, deep in my mind, because it's a pretty decent pair of Keens that I had priced well. $20 plus shipping is what they sold for. I know I wouldn't pay over $5 for them, so I made good profit. Here's this Disney Lego set. This came from a garage sale for $10. Sold it for $34 plus shipping for a total of $43.89. This only took about 3 days to sell. This is a pretty cool sale. These are McDonald's Batman Returns cups. Set of 6 with the lids. Got these at a rummage sale, got about 50 cents to $1 into them. Sold them for $30 plus shipping. They took about a month to sell. I also got this lock that I sold for $17. Got these on clearance from, I think, Lowe's for like $4 or something. I sell one every now and then. Here's a couple Halloween decoration kits. Got these at Goodwill for $1 or $2 a piece, don't remember exactly, but sold them for $20. They took about 7 months to sell. Here's an LED post lantern. Got this at Home Depot for $25-$30. Sold it for $100 plus shipping. Got a few of them. I'm down to my last one. Ended up making some good profit on them. The original plan was to sell them on Amazon, but Amazon made it too difficult for me to sell them, so I guess eBay gets the fee money. Sold another one of these Linux horses from the lot I got at a garage sale. Paid $40 for all the horses. I've already doubled, I think even tripled my money from what I've sold. Here's another one for $20 plus shipping is what I sold it for. Took about a month and a half to sell it, and still got quite a few left to sell. Here's a fishing reel. I got this at Goodwill in a big bag of fishing reels. I believe I paid $5.99 for the reels. Sold this one for $20. I've already sold lots of the other ones. And this one only took 2 days to sell. Here's some sealed Wheat Crafts Halloween candle holders. Vintage. These have been listed for over a year. I thought they were going to sell better. Had them priced $40 for a while. Lowered the price to $20 plus shipping. They've sold. Technically $18 plus shipping, I guess. Since this stuff is old and there's paint inside, I have to mention that it's probably dried up. So I don't want someone to buy this and the paint be dried and they want to return it. So I mentioned that in the description, so maybe that's why people didn't buy this one. Anyway, I only paid $2.99 for it at Goodwill, so I made some good profit in the end anyway. Here's this starter NFL Green Bay Packers hat. Got this at Goodwill for $1.50. Was able to sell it for $25 plus shipping. It's an international order, and it sold in about 3 months. Here's a New Era The Show hat. Got this at Goodwill for $2.99. Sold it for $20. And it took about 2.5-3 months to sell. Here's a vintage Dragon Ball Z Trunks figure. Found this at a garage sale for a couple bucks. Ended up selling it for $35 plus shipping. It was listed for about 1.5 years. Probably could have got a little bit more, but the packaging has the yellowing on it, some corner damage, but still made some great profit. So this Rival vintage ice cream maker, got this at Goodwill for only $5. It's new open box. Sold it for $45 plus shipping. It's one of those items that I touched yesterday and I thought, wow, this hasn't sold yet in summer. A few hours later, it has sold. It was listed for right around 9 months. So the touching the old inventory trick worked on this one. Here's a good pair of shoes I picked up in Goodwill for $5. These Nike Airs. These have a great sell-through rate and they sell pretty high, mostly new though. They'll sell for around $180. Some pre-owns in the $60-$70 range. Mine has a little bit of wear, so I priced mine $40. I knew they would sell quick and they sold within 24 hours. $40 plus shipping. Here's a Lego Minecraft game. I got this at a Goodwill for $5. Unfortunately, it is not complete. If it was complete, it's a $150 set pre-owned. I priced it to sell $30 plus shipping, and it took about 2 days to sell. Sold a pair of these Torrid boots. Normally would not sell this brand just because it's not a good brand. People aren't paying much for them and most people aren't even buying them. I bought these because of the style. They are kind of like goth look, knee-high boots. So I figured that would help get a sale, and it did. I paid $10 for these at a rummage sale and ended up selling them for $50 plus shipping, and they only took about 3 weeks to sell. Here's a nice flip. I sold these Asics shoes. They're a little bit rare, the style. Got them at a rummage sell for only $1. I sold them for $50 plus shipping. They did take over a year to sell, but as I always say, shoes take a bit longer to sell usually. It takes the right buyer. If we're only having $1 into them, I'd buy these again 10 times. Here's a pair of Asics. These are pretty much new condition. Got these at Goodwill for $5. Was able to sell them for $30 plus shipping. Took about 10 months to sell, but for an average pair of shoes, that's an average amount of time for it to sell. Here's a vintage Altec Lansing speaker system for a computer. Actually got this for free at a garage sale. Saw a Panasonic speaker system that I was interested in. The woman said it was going to be donated, so I could just take it, and this was there also, so she said take that one. This one turned out to be worth a decent amount of money. $50 plus shipping is what I sold it for. It only took about a week and a half to sell. And it always feels good to sell something like this when you get it for free. Here's a Marmot backpack. I got this at a garage sale for $10. Actually been holding on to it because I was just going to keep it, but I ended up finding another backpack I like better, so decided to sell this one. Sold it for $50 plus shipping, and it only took about 2 weeks to sell. Here's a pair of these Nike Zooms I sold for a good amount of money. Sold them for $100 plus shipping. I believe I paid $10 for these at Goodwill, and they took about 6 months to sell. Here's a pair of colorful Under Armour shoes. Got these at Goodwill for $5. Sold them for $35 plus shipping. They took right around 5 months to sell. So I ended up selling something over here, and it's one of those things I didn't really want to sell it, but I figured I might as well list it. I'll list it a little high. Of course, someone always buys it when that happens, but it's this Conan the Barbarian book set. I just love the artwork and stuff on it. I'm not a huge Conan fan or anything, but still really cool. Picked this up at Goodwill for $2.99. I ended up selling it for $50 plus shipping. After I listed it, it only took about a month and a half to sell. Guess I should have priced it like $79.99 and I've been able to display it a bit more. But I guess that just means I can throw the Toys R Us statue up here now. It's a good spot for it. Here's a couple shoe sales. I sold these Hoka shoes, which I paid $25 for locally. Ended up selling them for $60 plus shipping. They took about 2.5 weeks to sell. Hoka, at least good Hokas, always sell quickly. I got some of these brand new out-of-box Reebok shoes. They're vintage. Sold these for $25 plus shipping. I think I got $5 into them. Actually had 2 identical pairs, and this is the second pair that sold, and they took about 4 or 5 months to sell. Got all of these vintage Lakeshore people at a Goodwill. Paid $2.99 for all of them. Priced them $29.99, and they sold. Took about 4 or 5 months to sell. I believe they're just used for learning and counting and stuff like that in schools, from what I can tell, from the 70s and 80s. Here is another one of these M-Fuel cartridges for a nail gun. Got these at Home Depot for $20 a piece. Got quite a few of them. Sold this one for $80. Looking forward to selling the rest. Here's a He-Man vintage figure, Leech, and their crossbow. Took a pretty long time for this to sell. I got a lot of He-Man stuff a couple years ago. I think I sold through all of it except this one. Sold it for $16 though. And of course I made a lot of money on all the figures, so this is just adding to that profit. Paid $5 for these New Balance shoes at a Goodwill. They're actually youth size. If they were adult, I could have sold them for a bit more, but I ended up selling them for $22 plus shipping. Of course, shoes like this are always worth picking up when they're new and clean. They're so easy to list and ship and store. And they took a couple months to sell. Picked up this Sony PlayStation multi-tap. Got it at a Goodwill for $3.99. Sold it for $30, and it sold within 24 hours. Sold a bunch of this Play Food. I got this at Goodwill for only $4. I saw that some of it was Step 2 branded, which sells very well. When I cut up in the bag, I started looking through it. A lot of it wasn't Step 2, but I was still able to sell it for $24.99 plus shipping. It took less than 2 weeks to sell, so made some great profit. Also, a lot of it's not in good condition. I hope they read the description where I mentioned a lot of pieces had some wear from play, but this is just one of those sales I got kind of a bad feeling about. Sold another one of these nail gun magazines. Got these at Home Depot for $20 a piece. Sold it for $80. Still got about 6 of another size to sell, so they're selling great. Here's one of these Ox coffee bottles. Got a bunch of these at Lowe's for $5 a piece a few years ago. Sold through all the good ones, but some of them have a few scratches just from bumping up against each other on a shelf. So selling the scratch indents for $25. I believe I have 3 left. I probably had about 30 of these, maybe even 40 when I bought them. So in the long game, I made a lot of money on them. Got this vintage 1988 basketball game in a garage sale. Paid $5 or $10 for it. I don't even remember at this point, but I sold it for $25 plus shipping. and it sold very quickly. 2 days is all. Here is a Hoover vacuum. I got this at a Home Depot. It's been a while, 1.5 years, possibly 2 years. Got it on clearance. It seems like I paid like $40 for it. Honestly, forgot it was even listed. I had it priced at $90 plus shipping, and somebody has finally bought it. Something large like this, I'm just going to put the shipping label on the box and ship it like that, UPS. I've disclosed that in the description just so people know before buying. I've had this in storage because it was just too big to keep with the rest of the inventory in the house, so happy to see this big thing go and get some money. Here's a Denon receiver. I got this at a church rummage sale for $5. Has the remote, some paperwork. Ended up selling this for $80 plus shipping, and it took about a month to sell. This is a great flip. I got this Nikon Coolpix camera. You never know with these types of cameras if they're going to be worth much, but I got this at a rummage sale for $1, so I just grabbed it up. I looked it up. The comps were looking very good, and I ended up selling it for $100 plus shipping. And it only took a couple days to sell. Got these at Home Depot. They are thermostats for wall heaters, I believe. Sold a few of them on Amazon, or I sold them for about $45. Some of them though had too much packaging damage to sell on Amazon, so I just sold them on eBay for $25. This took probably 4 months to sell. Here's a vintage Linux elephant. Got a bunch of this stuff at a garage sale where I paid $40 for it. I believe I got about $3 into it. Already sold enough to be well into the profit. I sold this one for $25 plus shipping. Took about a month to sell. Here's a nice hat flip. This Cincinnati Bengals vintage corduroy hat. Got this for 25 cents at a rummage sale. I sold it for $40 plus shipping, and it only took about 3 months to sell. This is pretty cool. I paid $6 at Goodwill for this Soldiers of War Revolutionary War Rifleman. I saw one brand new sold for $30 plus shipping. I decided to price mine at $20 plus shipping just because the box has quite a bit of wear on it, and there was already 2 or 3 listed that didn't have any wear, that was in better condition, so I figured mine would sit a long time if I didn't. And the sell-through rate wasn't incredible, but I ended up selling this in a week, pricing at $20. So I ended up making some profit on it and moved it fast. Sold another one of these Kohler toilet seats. Came from Goodwill. Got 5 of them for $20. Sold it for $130 plus shipping. This one sold very close to the other one within a week. I'm guessing I'm probably one of the only people that have these in stock on the internet anymore. Got one left. I might raise the price of it to about $175. Picked up these Georgia boots at a garage sale for only $5. Sold them for $30 plus shipping, and they only took about a week to sell. Pretty good brand of boots. Here's this Delta towel bar. This one came from a garage sale. Paid $2 for it. Sold it for $20 plus shipping. Took around a year to sell. Still selling through these Marvel figures. Got a bunch of them about 1.5 years ago. Sold through probably, well, more than half. Definitely made my money back. Sold this one for $25 plus shipping. Here's one of these iOmega zip drives. Picked this up at a rummage sale for only $2. I sold it for $130 plus shipping, and it only took 2 days to sell. No idea what people are using these for, but they all pay a decent amount for certain ones. Here's a fish finder set. Got this at a garage sale for $10. Was able to sell it for $80 plus shipping. It sold within 24 hours. Probably could have priced it a little bit higher. This particular model, I was the only one that was selling it on eBay. Some of the comps were showing where some sold between $50 and $60, but I bet I could have squeezed 100, maybe 110, 120 even out of this. But a fast sale is still great. I'll take it. Here's a nice flip. This sink top switch, got this at a thrift store for $1. Sold it for $35 plus shipping. It took about a month to sell. Brand new sealed. Here's a pair of Dr. Comfort shoes. Got these at a rummage sale, I believe, for $1. Ended up selling them for $20 plus shipping. Took about a month and a half to sell is all. Bought a New Wave pressure cooker at a garage sale. Paid $5 for it. Decided to part it out to make more money, and I sold this piece for $15 plus shipping, so it gets my money back. Puts me in the profit, and it only took about a week and a half to sell. Here's a Possible Dreams Santa figure. Not going to take it out of the box because it's packed in there very well. It's just Santa with a sack of toys. This Possible Dream stuff, some of it sells very well. I got this at a garage sale, or a rummage sale actually, for $1. Sold it for $20 plus shipping, and it took about 7-8 months to sell. Here's an Adidas tailor-made hat. Got this at Goodwill for $2. So able to sell it for $18, and it sold in about a week is all. Fast turnaround. But there it is, everybody. That's what I wanted to show you today. Some great sales for sure. All this stuff is pretty common items that you can find out in the wild, usually at good prices, and sell it if you got the patience to wait for it to sell. On the way out, don't forget to hit that like button for me. Make sure you're subscribed. I'd really appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.